Buongiorno, my name is Caterina Borsato and we're going to bring you another exciting episode of regional Italian cuisine. Now on this program we're going to be featuring Sardinia. Sardinia is a beautiful island in the Mediterranean. Of course, it's found off the west coast of Italy, and it is probably the second largest island after Sicily in this part of the world. Beautiful island. It is characterised by a really rocky, stony beaches around the island, and you would think that seafood would be the most important thing, but actually it is not. We've got to go back in history to work out why that is so. In terms of its history, it has been invaded by everybody, and I think that's quite characteristic of the food that's there. But you know, the Phoenicians, the Carthaginians, there was the House of Savoy, so that was Piemontesi, there was the Spanish, the Moors. They were invaded by everybody, and consequently all the people moved from the islands inland, and that's where they basically established their agriculture. The big thing in this region, of course, is sheep farming, shepherding, pecorino cheese, and this is what will feature quite prominently on their menus. This is a beautiful space. It's not just about, of course, agriculture, but it is also has some fantastic established agriturismo, and of course the famous Costa Smeralda, which is you know, where all the ritzy famous go to have their holidays. We are fortunate enough to have met a wonderful gentleman called Stefano, who was born and bred on the island, and he's going to have a bit of a chat about some of the wonderful things that they produce there, and go through some wonderful recipes. A lot of viewers, I would love to introduce you to Stefano, of course, who hails from this island of Sardinia. Welcome, and thank you for being on the show.
Ciao Bella,
Bene.
How are you?
Bene, bene. So you're one of the real Sardinians, yeah?
Yeah.
Is this what a real Sardinian looks like?
No, that's actually our uniform.
Is it? Red characterises.
From the Cagliari culture, the soccer team.
Yeah, soccer's a big thing.
Yeah.
And I also heard that they have the highest consumption of beer on your island. Why is that? I don't know what it is. I guess they get very thirsty with all the pecorino cheese. Let me ask you a question. So, of course, you were born in the town of Cagliari, is that correct?
I'm born in Cagliari, but my family is originally from Arezzo, middle of Sardinia.
All right. So Cagliari, of course, is the capital of this island.
Yes.
So it's right in the south, yes?
Right in the south, yeah.
It's got a very mild climate too.
Oh, it's fantastic beaches, beautiful place to live.
Yeah.
Really nice.
So the big thing, I guess, of course, in this island, because back in the 50s up to the 70s, there were a lot of these little small-scale farming operations, but there was no money.
Yeah.
And so what actually happened is that back in 1985, it was codified by law, and they coined the phrase agriturismo. Agriturismo meaning coming from the word of agriculture and tourism. So what they're saying is that it's a tourist spot in these farm stays, and of course you can have very basic farm stays, or you can move into more luxurious ones.
Yes,
and of course Stefano was fortunate enough to be back over there and meeting with one of the ladies who runs this operation, and these are amazing. And just think of it like this, viewers, that if you're going to be going to Italy and spending 200 euros a night on a hotel, which is a hotel, and then you've got to spend probably another 100 euros to go out and eat, you can stay in these agriturismi and you can eat the food that is produced from the farm.
The only things is made in the agritourism is the only thing they made in the land.
Yes. So everything that comes from
product,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
So
the land, it can be meat, everything.
Eggs. They grow olive trees, the vegetables, carciofi, pomodori, all those wonderful vegetables that grow in this part of the island.
Actually, by law, you can't sell any product if it's not made in the land.
Oh, there you go. And that's why we're going back to the law that was codified. Anyway, on that note, we are going to go and meet the wonderful Gemma, who's, of course, agriturismo is in Pula, which is about 40
really
km.
close to Sardinia, 40 km from Cagliari.
Allora, Stefano, you were fortunate enough to go and stay with the signora called Gemma, who runs an agriturismo in Pula, which is about 40 km from Cagliari.
40 km from Cagliari.
Yeah.
On left, yeah.
And now she's got an interesting history because she was a producer of many vegetables. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. She started. We produce all the vegetable.
Yes.
When the big companies
came in.
Yeah. So what happened? She organized her factory, her land, to do an agriturismo.
Which is fantastic.
Fantastic. Actually, the room inside the agriturismo,
Yeah.
there was a place when the horse sleeping.
Well, yeah. Isn't that, but this is the found.
That's amazing.
So the thing about these farm stays, they can be actually little units on the land, or they can be built into luxury apartments. Yeah. But I guess the whole thing is that you are experiencing Italian culture and food at the very base level. So what is the first recipe that Gemma's going to do?
First recipe of Gemma today is going to be culurgionis.
Culurgionis. Oh, that's a hard word.
It's similar to ravioli.
Yes,
but it's made in different way. Really.
And she is a master at it. You've got to see her hands at work. Yeah. You know, there you go.
Now, Catalina going to explain how Gemma you do the culurgionis from Sardinia. We start with flour already mixed with semolina. We put in the bench. It's gonna make our job really easy. Water and salt. Put the salt first and the water after, and we start to mix all together. Don't forget the flour is already mixed really well inside. We keep going to stretch with the palm. That's gonna make our life easy. We make a little bit flat because you have to come really thin. With the round form, we start to make the culurgionis. To make the round form, you can use a glass as well if you don't have any form. Boil the full potato, and after we boil it for 15-20 minutes max, then we put a little bit of mint. It has to be dry mint. Dry mint is gonna give it more flavor to the dish. Pecorino cheese, possible from Sardinia, of course. That's a really traditional cheese. Salt and a little bit of extra virgin oil on top, just to give a little bit more flavor. Mix together. We're gonna make the little bowl to put inside the round dough. So that's the traditional culurgionis from Sardinia. It's a really old recipe and it's a lot of job. So Signora Gemma, she do this every day and she dedicate a lot of time to do it. We start to make the sauce for the culurgionis. Just a little bit extra virgin oil, a little bit of onion, and we put the pomodoro pelati, a peeled tomato, little bit of basil just to give a little bit more flavor. But this culurgionis actually you can do with a lot of different sauce. So we have the water boiling, we put the culurgionis inside. It doesn't take that long to cook because they are really light. When the culurgionis is coming on top, the culurgionis is ready. We take out the culurgionis and we mix together with the sauce.
Those were amazing. I was just watching her hands.
They're crazy, yeah.
They take a long time to make, yes?
Yeah. No,
well, for normal
Gemma,
people.
For normal people, yeah. But Gemma, she's really good in that. She make every day.
Well, welcome back, viewers. I hope you are enjoying this program on Sardinian food. Now, for our next recipe, of course, la panadas, or la panada, or basic meat pie.
Basic meat pie.
Basic meat pie doesn't sound nearly as romantic. Now, let me ask you, Stefano, what is the normal meat that you would normally use for this pie?
Usually we use lamb, but you can use whatever meat you like.
Yes.
But the lamb has to be with the bone, so it's going to take much
flavor. So how do you start off the recipe? How do you brown the meat off?
We do a quickly sofrito of extra virgin oil.
Yes.
And onion.
Yes.
And then we put the meat on the pan and we start to cook it up.
Yeah, give it a nice colour.
The most important thing,
yes,
a little bit of wine.
Yeah.
And after the wine evaporates, we'll let it rest the meat. So it's going to take much flavor.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the important thing, that you want to do this before you make the pie.
Before you make the pies.
And then, of course, Gemma, who's weaving her wonderful magic, that's all I can say about this woman, she makes the base of this panadas. What does she use?
Again, cucina povera, pork cuisine.
Yes.
We go with semolina,
Yes.
flour, strutto or butter melted, water and salt. So we mix very well together. That's the most important part. Most we use the palm. So the dough now is done. We cut the dough in two parts. So we're gonna use just one part. We stretch with the mattarello. You can stretch with the machine, but it doesn't have the same result. Mattarello is the easy way to do it. The dough is ready. Take the pan. We put inside the pan butter, so just to don't stick. And we do exactly the same way how we do a pie. Inside here, we already cook the potato. We put inside in the bottom. The potato is already boiled. We put parsley on top. We put some dry tomato inside, a little bit on top of the potato, and a little bit of garlic, just to give it a little bit more flavor, and the lamb chop. For the lamb, it's really simple and easy. We just pan fry in the pan with a little bit of onion soffritto. We put the lamb on top. It's coming nine and rosolato, how we say in Italian. It's just take a little bit of color inside. Don't cook too much because the rest of the cooking is gonna be inside the oven all together with the panada. That's a really old recipe from Assemini, little town near to Cagliari. Usually this recipe is made for a wedding. So on top now we're gonna put another layer of potato, parsley, a little bit more garlic, and some dry tomato on top. One of the most important part, after you cook the lamb, it's gonna come up a really nice sauce, and then we're gonna put on top, so it doesn't dry out. That's gonna make the rest the dish soft and nice. We roll it to make the top of the pies with the same dough, of course. Then we start to a really long process to close the pies. As you see, the technique it's different of the pies, of course. We cover a little bit the meat. And we put the lids on top. So the panada now is ready and we can put in the oven. So now the panada is ready. So depends on the oven, it's gonna take between 30 minutes to 1 hour. Depends of your oven.
Stefano, that was amazing. And that technique that Gemma utilizes in